Well, hello everybody, and I hope you're having a happy Hump Day Wednesday. This is MYG Jeffy T 3285, and here's your next edition of the New York Giants Black and Blue Report. The injury updates as we lead into the second week of the season and the New York Giants home opener this coming Sunday against the Carolina Panthers at 1 p.m., which is probably going to be an absolute raucous house with about a whole bunch of New York Giants fans still riding high after the big victory they had over the Tennessee Titans down there in Nashville for Week 1 this past Sunday. Now, a couple of the injuries to monitor right now with the New York Giants. Obviously, the news dropped earlier today about Aaron Robinson, the cornerback that was playing on the outside, the number 2 cornerback for the New York Giants, who actually came off a very good game this past Sunday against the Titans. He's going to be out for the next couple of weeks due to having appendix surgery. So that's going to pretty much leave a hole right now on that opposite side of Adoree Jackson. And a couple of the guys that could be mentioned as a replacement right now for Aaron Robinson is the rookie, Cordero Flott, who maybe the New York Giants want to give a look at him, put him out there at that outside cornerback spot and see what he could do. See what he could do for the New York Giants going forward. So I would not be shocked if Cordero Flott ends up getting that first try and first dibs at that outside cornerback position and see what the third-round pick out of LSU can do for the New York Giants going forward. Another guy, you could look at a cornerback, Forster Morneau, who the Giants signed a couple of weeks ago to their practice squad. Maybe they decide to elevate him up, throw him out there at that cornerback spot, and see what he can do on the outside. I think he's mainly a guy that's also playing the slot, but I think he can also handle the outside duties while Aaron Robinson's out right now due to appendix surgery. So that's going to be something to monitor. And he's not the only cornerback that did not practice today, as standout special teamers Nick McCloud, who actually was named the New York Giants Special Teams Player of the Week this past week against the Titans, he also did not practice today due to a hamstring injury. So right now, that's another cornerback in terms of the depth that you have, as well as a key special teamer that could not practice. And with a hamstring injury, we all know how those things linger. So maybe it's the best thing is to try to monitor how he looks for the next couple of days before you deem him inactive. So do not be surprised that maybe the New York Giants elevate a couple of players from that practice squad in terms of the cornerback position, or maybe they go out there and see if they can find a veteran cornerback, depending on how long McCloud and Robinson are going to be out. As well as rookie wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson, the second-round pick. He also did not practice today due to a knee injury that he suffered in the middle of the game against the Tennessee Titans last week. But at least the progress that you've heard is that head coach Brian Daboll did indeed say that he at least is making better progress than he did the past couple of days. So maybe that's a little bit of a positive sign going into the next couple of days of practice for the New York Giants, and maybe he could at least get in some limited participations and that maybe he could end up playing. But I would not be surprised if the New York Giants played a little bit cautious with their second-round pick out of Kentucky and maybe decide to just sit him out for this week, get him close to 100%, and see how he feels next week against the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. So those are your 3 guys that right now that did not practice today. Cornerbacks Nick McCloud and Aaron Robinson. The McCloud dealing with the hamstring injury, and Aaron Robinson dealing with the appendix surgery, as well as rookie wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson. Those three players did not practice today, according to Dan Salamone of the NewYorkGiants.com. And a couple of players were actually ended up being limited today. This one is a little bit of an interesting one, as center Jon Feliciano, he was limited, but it's something you might have to monitor during the week with a lower leg injury. So it's something you have to monitor in case he is struggling a little bit. So the New York Giants might have to look at some other interesting options. Maybe a Ben Bredesen could be a guy that could be an option at that center position if Feliciano is ailing a little bit. As well as Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeaux, and safety Jason Pinnock, who actually had a key fumble recovery during the Titans game when Kyle Phillips of the Tennessee Titans ended up fumbling that position. Pinnock was the one that recovered it there. So that's a little bit of safety depth that's dealing with injury now. Feliciano is dealing with the lower leg. Pinnock has a shoulder injury right now. And in terms of Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeaux, the biggest 2 players right now on this entire list, what's their practice status right now? Well, it seems like, according to Art Stapleton of NewJersey.com, is that Kayvon Thibodeaux seems to be a little bit ahead right now of Azeez Ojulari in terms of their recovery, as Thibodeaux was running on the side during practice today, although it wasn't full speed. And maybe it might be an indication that he's a little bit more ahead of Azeez Ojulari. So that could be a sign that Ojulari is probably not going to play in week number 2. Thibodeaux maybe has an outside chance, but he was not running at full speed, and he still needs to clear a couple of hurdles before this Sunday's game against the Carolina Panthers. So leave it cautious right now in terms of Thibodeaux. Ojulari, unless he really shows progress the next couple of days, maybe the New York Giants decide to see what these two guys are going to be going. But right now, in terms of the progress, Thibodeaux seems to be a little bit more ahead of Ojulari, and seems like that Thibodeaux is more likely to play against the Carolina Panthers this Sunday than Azeez Ojulari. So, and of course, one of the biggest other news is third-round rookie Dane Belton has officially shed that red non-contact jersey, and he was a full participant at New York Giants practice today after dealing with the broken clavicle. So that's an excellent sign for the New York Giants that they're going to be getting their third-round rookie out of Iowa, help coming back off the injured list, and he should be ready to go against the Carolina Panthers. So the New York Giants will be healthy in terms of the safety position going against the Carolina Panthers. So that's going to be a little bit of a boost, especially with a guy like Dane Belton, who he is a rookie, but his strength is definitely when it comes to the back end of the football field. And he's a guy that's really excels in coverage, and Wake Martindale could even use this guy off the edge in terms of blitzing concepts. So it's going to be really good to get Dane Belton back into the mix for the New York Giants, and would not be surprised they maybe dial back his snaps a little bit, since it is going to be his first official game back with the New York Giants and his first official game in the NFL, and then they'll gradually upgrade his snaps throughout the regular season. So that's the New York Giants injury report right now in terms of the Black and Blue injury report for the New York Giants for 9/14, September 14th, 2022. Just to go over it one more time real quickly, cornerbacks Aaron Robinson dealing with the appendix surgery, and Nick McCloud, key special teamer. They're both right now did not practice today, as well as rookie wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson. McCloud dealing with the hamstring, Aaron Robinson dealing with the appendix surgery, Wan'Dale Robinson dealing with a knee. But it sounds like Wan'Dale Robinson is making enough progress where he could possibly be a guy that might only miss about a week, possibly two at the most, compared to what the fear was when he initially got hurt. And in terms of limited participators, Jon Feliciano dealing with a lower leg injury. Obviously, Azeez Ojulari with the calf, Kayvon Thibodeaux with the sprained MCL, and Jason Pinnock dealing with a shoulder injury. And it seems like Thibodeaux is a little bit more ahead right now of Ojulari in terms of the outside linebackers. But we'll have to see their status going into the next couple of days of practice, as well as safety Dane Belton has shed that red non-contact jersey, and it seems like he's going to be, unless there's any type of setbacks, he'll be ready to go for his first official NFL game against the Carolina Panthers this Sunday at MetLife Stadium, the home opener for the New York Giants. So that's your official New York Giants Black and Blue injury report for September 14th, 2022. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button below. Subscribe if you haven't already to NYG Jeffy T 3285 for more breaking news, injury, and roster updates, as well as chatter surrounding the New York Giants. Turn on the bell for notifications on when the next New York Giants video or short will be dropping on the channel. And let me know in the comments section what you guys think about the Aaron Robinson news. Who might step up in replacement for Aaron Robinson while he's out recovering from appendix surgery, as well as if any of these other injuries right now in the injury report, Jon Feliciano, Azeez Ojulari, Jason Pinnock, Kayvon Thibodeaux, Nick McCloud, as well as Wan'Dale Robinson, or any type of concern if you expect these guys to be able to play this coming Sunday. So everybody enjoy the rest of your Hump Day Wednesday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Football Giants. Together Blue, everyone.